On the island of Newfoundland, upon the southwest coast, lies the little town of Virgil, to whom I'll sing this toast. There are so many highlands that lie just off her shore, and when the cold north wind blows, you can hear the billows roar. The people from the village make their living from the sea. They like their independence, it shows that they are free. Some fish in their small boats in the wind, the rain and sleet, while others make their living on the offshore Calder fleet. They've known their share of tragedies down through the years, and when the memories overcome, they show their grief with tears. For they have lost some loved ones to the furies of the seas, for heartaches and heartbreaks are locked in memories. This village, it's got beauty carved on its rugged shore. 7 miles of pure white sand, who could ask for more? The mountains and the valleys where the rivers run so fast, and the salmon rise to the sportsman's fly as he makes another cast. Now the people of this village love their native home, for anyone who goes away most surely will return. Just like that lifelong mystery, the answer you won't know. What makes this rugged village burn so deeply in your soul? What makes this rugged village burn so deeply in your soul?
Good evening and welcome to This Week in Review. Tonight in our stories we have heavy rainfall on Thursday, Valentine party for the Calder Healthcare residents, Guide Scout Week, Teacher Staff Appreciation Week, Town Council Report. Please stay tuned for these stories and more after this. Try your luck and play TV bingo on Wednesday, sponsored by the Lions Club. Cards are 6 for $5 and can be bought from any member of the Lions Club or in most stores around town. On Thursday, heavy rainfall at Virgil. This has caused heavy water buildup in certain areas in town and water running off hills. It left the road in an awful mess. Some people were out trying to clean off their parking lots and walkways as the rain continued to fall. The ACW and Altergale held a Valentine party for the residents of the Calder Health Care Centre on Thursday. There was music played for entertainment and a king and queen was crowned. The music was provided by Travis Dunford and Bill Clothier.
She whispered when we parted last, "Oh, you'll forget me not." She's graceful and she's charming like the lilies in the pond. Time is flying swiftly by, of her I am so fond. The roses and the daisies are blooming around the spot where we parted when she whispered, "You'll forget me not." We met, I really don't know where, but still it's just the same. For love grows in the city streets as well as in the lane. I gently grasped her tiny hand, one glance at me she shot. She dropped her flower, I picked it up, was a sweet forget-me-not. She's graceful and she's charming like the lilies in the park. Time is flying swiftly by, of her I am so fond. The roses and the daisies are blooming around the spot where we parted when she whispered, "You'll forget me not." And then there came a happy time when something that I said caused her lips to murmur yes, and surely we were wed. There is a house down in the lane, a tiny garden far, where grows the flower, I know it well. It's a sweet forget-me-not. She's graceful and she's charming like the lilies in the pond. Time is flying swiftly by, of her I am so fond. The roses and the daisies are blooming around the spot where we parted when she whispered, "You'll forget me not."
The king was Edward Carter and the queen was Mabel Porter. Several of the residents and ACW and Altergale members had some dances.
And when I awakened, it was only a dream. Fortunately, there was time. It's 100 miles to town, and he's never been there. And he goes to the highway and stands there and stares. And the mill comes at 4, and the mailman is gold. Oh, but he still dreams his dream full of silver and gold. So these dreams
A few members of the guiding movement came along to the studio as Mayor Reed read out and signed the proclamations dated the week of February 17th to the 24th as Guide Scout Week.
Welcome, everyone, all you young Girl Scouts. And I want to read this now. Probably everyone know already, but the Girl Scouts Week, the Guidance Scout Week, will be celebrated in this February. And I have to say that the local Sparks and the Brownies and the Guides and the Pathfinders and the senior branches will join the rest of Girl Guides of Canada, Guides, almost 160,000 members, in observing the Guide Scout Week this year from, you know when? February 11th through to the 24th. So from the 11th of February to the 24th is going to be the Guide Scout Week. There are more than 40 girls and 12 adults participating in guiding in Burgeo. Now I have to read the proclamation now. Whereas the mission of the Girl Guides of Canada is to challenge girls and women members in their personal development and empower them to be responsible citizens. And whereas, here's where I am now, whereas the mission of Scouts Canada is to contribute to the education of young people through a value system based on the Scout promise and law to help build a better world where people are self-fulfilling as individuals and play a constructive role in society. And whereas the mission of both Girl Guides of Canada and Scouts Canada are to be commended in that both organizations teach personal value, respect for the environment, responsible citizenship, and the principles of service. You understand all that? Okay. Be it resolved, therefore, that the town of Burgeo recognize the valuable contribution made to the well-being of our community by the Girl Guides of Canada and the Scouts Canada by proclaiming the week of February 17th to the 24th as Guide Scout Week. So I guess you're all going to have a lot of fun during that week? Yes? Going to do a lot of things? Yes? Hey, are you going to start during that week? Are you? Yes? Okay. So I would like to say to everyone, too, to watch BBS for the week-long schedule. There's a lot of events that are programmed and throughout the week. So look at Channel 10, and you will find everything there. So to make this all legal, I shall sign on the dotted line.
On Friday afternoon, an assembly was held at the school to end the Teacher Appreciation Week. The evening began with presentation of certificates. The first lot was given out for the respect team.
Dominique Ingram. Vanessa Hand. Christopher Biller.
Next, it was for the tutors for tuition.
Haley Warren. Gabrielle Pink. Nikki Porter. Dana Durnford.
And then student council.
Grant. Grade 10, Zachary Collier. Grade 11, Bradley McCollum. Grade 12, Shane Krantz.
Then a game was played with the students called How Well Do You Know Your Staff?
Okay, the first person, this is their clue. I may be tight with the dollar, but I don't mind spending $5 on rubber candy. Who is it? candy. Okay, here's clue number 2. I love crab apples, but I'm no crab. Who is it? Answer. Oh, I heard a lot of different answers, and the answer is Mrs. Bacter.
Mrs. Penny also thanked Mr. Froud for his services here as a music teacher and stated that he will be leaving at the end of February. Mrs. Ballard will be resuming her position in March. Each teacher and staff member were given t-shirts with logos on them, along with certificates and CDs with all of their favorite songs. Olivia Anderson then sung a Japanese song for the entertainment portion, and then a game of volleyball was played with students against teachers. The video for this week is a video done by Darren Dunford with pictures and scenes of Francois.
Southwest coast where life goes back in time to a place that's known as Francois, where you don't need a dime to get a cup of coffee, make friends along the way, to appreciate the beauty of the mountains and the bay. On the friar, looked out from Charlie's Head, put your foot up on the trail and followed where it led. Have you spent a summer Sunday going down the bay? Oh Lord, I'd like to thank you for bringing me this way. Sat up on the high road on a balmy summer night, and they'll dance with the one you love while you watch the make-home light. And have you watched the boats returning from another fishing day, with fishermen who go to sea and work so hard always? To the country yarns that Jimmy Sam can tell. And were you there on New Year's Eve when he rang the old church bell? Did you sit and talk with Lydia as she watched the children play? Did you know she named them one by one when she knelt down to pray? Ever been a mummer and that ain't just to dance the night away. Those folks who work hard through the year still take time to play. Have you ever gone to Calder, to a cabin by the shore, where life is quiet and peaceful, but the surf will often roar? You sit down on the beach with friends on a quiet starry night, cook some fresh big mussels while the fire is burning bright. We did all these things and more. France way was our own. Memories will go with us now, no matter where we roam. And as we mix and talk and dance with friends upon this day, our hearts are feeling heavy and we wish that we could stay. We hate to think our lives will change, these things will know no more. So we will be returning to that cabin by the shore. And if you're passing by sometime, we'd like you to feel free. Drop in to say hello and have a coffee or some tea. And if you're ever down our way, your face we'd love to see. From Chess and Joe to Allison Rowe and Unknowns in between. Those friends we've made throughout the years, in our hearts you stay. And we'll always thank the Lord for bringing us this way. And we'll always thank the Lord for bringing us France way.
Mayor George Reed came into the studio and gave his town council report.
Good evening. Council had a meeting on Tuesday, and here are some, basically most of the activities went on at council. I'll give you a rundown on it. The water plant, the water system. We've been told by the engineers that he'll have the drawings finished by mid-February, and hopefully the Department of Municipal Affairs will have it completely overhauled by the end of February. So basically it's on schedule, if not probably a week behind, but it's moving forward. The court case, we've been told by our lawyer that the court case is, like I think I told you the last time, it's getting very complex, but they now have a judge appointed or assigned to look after, to go through that case. So hopefully that it will speed itself up now that a judge has been assigned to it. I think the last council news I told you we were thinking about hiring Ray Andrews. Well, he's been engaged. Council has engaged him for a week, and he's going to report by March the 31st concerning whether or not he has found anything about a quota. If there's a quota out there that can be bought, he's looking into it and will report to council by March the 31st. You probably have all heard stuff about the gas refund that the council is supposed to get from the federal government. Well, we have applied to the provincial government to get our refund, and I think the amount of it is approximately $98,000. It has to be spent on very specific jobs, and council has outlined a number of jobs that they propose to do with the tax refund. Just a bit of information. Some people are wondering how much salt is in the sand that's being spread on the road. I think the salt-sand mix is in the proportion of 75% sand and 25% salt. That's basically the same mixture that they're using on throughout the whole island. Some places it's a little richer in salt, but more or less that's what they're using, the same as we are. Excuse me. The office clerk, the part-time office clerk position for the town has been offered to Ms. Michelle Dunford, and that job will the work will commence very shortly. We have 2 water leaks that we know of that the town does, and I would like to thank the people for phoning in and telling us that. One of them is in the Messers area. I guess both of them are in the Messers area, to tell the truth. One is up by Ron Grant's house, and there's another one there in Anderson's Lane. Now, both of these leaks, we're aware of them, but we really can't do anything about them at this point in time, because you would have to shut the water down going up to Messers, and we can't take the chance to shut down the water now, because we don't want anyone to have their water frozen up. There's no sense solve one problem and create probably a dozen more. So we will get at these leaks as soon as the weather allows us, which probably is going to be early spring, I guess. Some of you people have what they call bag phones. These are analog phones, and I think you've been told from time to time that that this was going to be the last year and so on. But we've been informed by Alliant that November the 16th, 2008 will be the last day for these analog phones. But they also informed us that there are new digital phones out with as good or better coverage than the analog bag phones. So if you have one of these, and you should contact Alliant and see what equipment they have to recommend that you buy to replace your bag phone. The ferry terminal, I think we've been told that they will probably be finished that sometime in April, but I think the sidewalks and that won't be done until the spring. And you probably noticed too that they not only got a terminal building there for the customers who want to go on the ferry to wait, but they also have another little building put down in that hole down there by the government shed, and of course the initial thing was just the ferry terminal, and when they came in to build it, they went and built another shed down there. Council participated in getting that blown out a few years ago, and actually thought that probably they owned it, but it was not so. We had a 5-year contract with the provincial government to more or less on that building out there, the government building. Now that contract expired in 2007, It was not renewed by government, so I assume that they took full possession of the building again. And to tell you the truth, that the provincial government nor the federal government have to have permissions or even obtain a permit from council to do anything. It's one of the strangest things. In fact, the provincial government can come in and build just about where they please. And the federal government can go in and build anywhere in the province where they please. So when they put that building down there behind the government shed, and of course, same when they built the terminal, they did not have to get a permit to build. They're the masters in that respect. And basically, that's what took place at council at the last meeting. Good night.
This concludes our programming for tonight. Thank you for watching. Good night.